In this lab, we're going to go through point-to-point single area OSPF version 2 configuration. In part 1, I want to go through configuration of the router IDs. In part 2, we do configure networks for OSPF routing. Part 3, we configure passive interface. And then in part 4, we verify OSPF configuration. In this activity, we will activate OSPF routing using a network statement and the wildcard mask. Configuring OSPF routing on an interface, and by using network statement quad 0 masks. And also, in addition, we will configure explicit router IDs and the passive interface. We start the OSPF routing process on all 3 routers and we use the process ID of 10. So if we go to this router, enable conft. As you see, the router is already, host name is R1, so we do router OSPF and then router ID, because we said 10, so we use router OSPF 10. And then our router ID will be on this one 1111, and on R2 we do 2222, enable conft router OSPF 10 and router ID 2.2.2.2, and in R3 enable conft router OSPF 10, and then router ID is 3.3.3.3. How many statements are required to configure OSPF to route all the networks attached to R1? 3, as you see, for 3 networks. And the LAN attached to R1 has a /24 mask or subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0. And if you want to find the wildcard mask, if we minus that with 255.255.255.0, we will get 0.0.0.255. And what is for /30? /30 subnet mask, as you know, is 255.255.255.252. If I write it is 255.255.255.252, and the subnet, the wildcard mask for that is this one minus 255.255.255.255, which is 0.0.0.3. Now we configure the routing process on R1 with the network statements and the we say network and the network address and wildcard mask, then area. And to do that for R1, we know there is 192.168.10.0, so we say networks 192.168.10.0 and then wildcard of /24, which is 0.0.0.255, and then in area 0, because it's single area. Then we have another network is 10.1.1.0 and /30, which wildcard for that is 0.0.0.3, same area. And we have another network which is 10.1.1.4, this network. So network 10.1.1.4.0.0.0.3, because it's /30, wildcard mask for that is 3, and it's same area, which is area 0. And now we need to do it for R2. Network 192.168.20.1, and it's 0.0.0.0 area 0. Network 10.112.0.0.0.0 area 0, and we have dash 9.9 area 0. You see, we got adjacency. We have a neighbor here with this ID, with this router ID. And then on R3, the reason on R2 that I use the the IP of these interfaces, I wanted to configure the router OSPF on R2 with the interface, and each interface is /32. That's why I use 0000 as a subnet mask or a wildcard mask. And on 3, we want to configure the interface with OSPF. And which interfaces we have to do in OSPF is G000, S010 and S011. To do that, we need to go to the interface itself. So we can say interface G000, and then IP OSPF. You remember our OSPF was 10 in area 0. Then we go to interface S010, and again IP OSPF 10 area 0. Then we go to interface S011, and same thing, IP OSPF 10 area 0. Now for passive interfaces, OSPF will send its protocol traffic out of all interfaces that are participating in the OSPF process. On links that are not configured to other networks such as LANs, this unnecessary traffic consumes resources. The passive interface command will prevent the OSPF process from sending unnecessary routing protocol traffic out to LAN interfaces. So which interfaces on R1, R2 and R3 are a LAN interface? As you can see, is G000 on all interfaces, on all routers are the passive interfaces. So what we do in R1, we go to the router OSPF 10, and we say passive interface is G000. I copy this command. Oh, okay, so we can't copy, good. And we do that for R2 and R3. Router OSPF 10 passive interface G000, and for R2 we go to router OSPF 10 passive interface G000, and now we can write that. We can do write that as well, and we can do write. As I said, do write or write here is the same as copy a running config into startup config. And to see our configuration on OSPF, you can do a show run, and as you see here, our OSPF is 10, ID is 111, and these 3 networks has been advertised, and our passive interface is G000. On R2, if I get the show run, you can see that these are the networks and router OSPF10, and our router ID is 222. You remember we advertised the IP address of the interfaces, but here, as you can see, this is the, and here you can see they are the interfaces, and /32, which subnet wildcard mask is 0000, single area, all in 00. And here, if you get show run, we put passive interface, router ID, and then we put each interface in a OSPF advertisement, and single area, again single area, and here as well.